From downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Oh, no. A City of Detroit contractor isn't going to get away with it after we expose a whole lot of work that didn't get done.
Crisis on campus. Michigan State University hires a law firm to represent the school when it has to answer questions about Larry Nassar in front of Congress.
But first, new information tonight in the shooting that killed 3 women and led to a standoff with police. Thanks for staying up with us. We've learned those 3 women are all family.
Police say they were gunned down by a man who then set off a hail of gunfire during a 14-hour standoff. 3 officers were also injured.
Jermont Terry now live at where this all happened on Detroit's east side, and that's where it ended this afternoon. Jermont?
Yes, Devin, tonight the house is boarded up where this gunman fired those fatal shots, hitting his girlfriend's family members and also injuring those officers. Now, what do you do when your family calls saying, I need help? For the girlfriend, it was right next door. She called her mother. Her mother called and came by, but unfortunately, none of them survived. A son weeps. He leans on family to stand, trying to come to terms with losing his mother, grandmother, and great aunt in one night.
Crazy how somebody could take a life of 3 beautiful ladies.
Cynthia Williams, her mother Barbara Williams, and Cynthia's aunt Patricia Williams were all gunned down Sunday night. The broken windows at Cynthia's house on Detroit's northeast side is a horrific reminder of what played out on Lamont off East Outer Drive.
It's always good to walk away from a situation.
But police say Cynthia's boyfriend, Lance Smith, did not walk away during a heated argument. Instead, they say Smith became violent and grabbed a gun. Scared for her life, Cynthia called her mother Barbara, who lives right next door, for help. Barbara informed her sister Patricia and Patricia's husband, who stayed across the street.
They just wanted to see what's going on.
But those family members were met with gunfire.
It's breaking my heart, man.
The investigation reveals Smith first killed his girlfriend Cynthia, then shot and killed her mother and aunt outside.
If you're in danger and you calling your family member, they just want to come and just resolve the situation.
I'm told previously family did break up fights, but this time things would not get resolved. A bullet pierced Patricia's husband. He covered his wife while dialing 911, prompting DPD to respond, resulting in a more than 12-hour standoff with 3 officers shot and 3 loving family members murdered and a gunman taking his own life.
Nobody expected it to end like this.
No, nobody.
And again, the family just trying to come to terms with losing 3 family members in one evening. As for the injured officers, we are told that they were all recovered. And we should point out, one of the injured officers was Patricia's husband. He was the off-duty DPS officer, was shot in the knee, and this evening he came back home without his wife. Reporting live tonight on the northeast side, Jermont Terry, Local 4.
Vermont. Well, his generosity had no limits. That's how many remember Detroit icon Art Van Elslander. The 87-year-old founder of Art Van Furniture passed away today after a battle with lung cancer. Art Van is known for so much more than his furniture company, though. He's credited with saving America's Thanksgiving parade in Detroit. The philanthropist touched so many lives.
There are people in life that will put a small fingerprint on you. There will be people in life that will put a small handprint on you. And then there will be people that come through your life and they put a footprint right on you where you will never forget.
Art Van is survived by his 10 children, wife, and several great-grandchildren and grandchildren. You can learn more about his life and legacy on the homepage of our website. Just go to clickondetroit.com.
Police in Highland Park are trying to figure out what happened to a 7-month-old baby who died this past weekend. Little girl was pronounced dead after she was taken to the hospital Sunday. Police say there were no obvious signs of foul play, but doctors believe the little girl's death may be a possible homicide. So an autopsy is being conducted. Police say no one's been taken into custody. They are questioning the girl's parents right now. We've had a lot of snow. There's been a lot of snow plowing, but in one Detroit neighborhood, they couldn't understand why the snow just kept piling up.
Homeowners turned to Local 4, and when the city got a look at what these streets look like, they came out immediately. Mara McDonald is on Detroit's west side tonight, where neighbors got some results.
Devin Kimberly, the squeaky wheels in this neighborhood got some action. All the snow that I'm sitting on was in the middle of the street for most of the weekend and actually most of today. But after the city saw this mess, it sprang into action. Detroit DPW crews got out to the Fitzgerald neighborhood tonight after they saw what contractors the city had hired left behind.
We were not impressed, and I want to say, give my apologies to the residents in the area for having to deal with the conditions that way. That was not to our standard.
Neighbors couldn't figure out what was going on. They saw plows, but the snow was still piled high.
But they won't even come clean the streets.
So they called us. When our cameras got out here, they weren't kidding. The streets were a mess and hard to navigate.
My neighbor going to the hospital. I gotta get out here and clean the snow and open up a wider way for him to get out so he can get to the hospital. That's crazy.
You bet that's crazy. What's crazier is on the city's master map, it showed this area had been plowed by a firm that it had contracted with. The big problem is that firm didn't do the job required. After seeing the mess on TV, multiple plows were in the neighborhood this evening.
What we are going to do is a review. We're going to take a look at the work in the area. We're going to sit down and have a conversation. But we do that with all of our contractors. And overall, I would have to say they did a good job. Now, there are a couple of areas that might reflect something like this, which is why we ask residents to report those issues to us.
I would hate to be that contractor when they sit down for their review, but something to think about. Detroit has 1,800 miles of streets that need to be plowed. If you live here and if you have those kinds of issues, it's going to be faster and you're going to get more action if you hit up the city on the Improved Detroit app and report the issue. We're on Detroit's west side. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
All right, Mara. Well, luckily it looks like we're going to be snow-free for a bit so we can melt things out a little bit.
Yeah, but not cold-free. We got plenty of that coming tonight. I don't know if it's easier to take, but these may be the coldest numbers that we have to endure until March. 19 is where we're at right now, but look at how much of the area already in single digits. 2 above right now in Flint. Lapeer's also at 2, Port Huron at 3. And we still have some double digits here in our metro zone, but these numbers are going to continue to sink, especially here in our north zone. 19 to 20 degrees colder than it was at this hour last night. So numbers will sink to single digits even in the metro zone, which is going to be one of our warmer spots. We're still looking at 7 to start the morning. Numbers ramping up to 22 there at noon. We'll see a similar afternoon, but temperatures do spike in the afternoons coming up. In fact, most of the upcoming 7-day forecast has highs in the 40s. We'll look at that and when our next chance of snow will actually rear its ugly head. We'll check that out in a few minutes, guys.
Ugly. All right, Ben. Former Michigan Governor Jim Blanchard and his law firm set to represent Michigan State University when it goes up a number of congressional inquiries into the school's handling of the Larry Nassar case. MSU interim president John Engler and Blanchard's firm signed a 1-year contract. Blanchard may be representing the university in Washington, but MSU still facing an investigation by Michigan Attorney General Bill Schuette here.
A former doctor with the University of Michigan is charged with child pornography. Mark Hetzel is facing receiving and possessing child pornography charges. The former doctor was fired last month after the state of Michigan licensing board suspended his license due to allegations of having sex with a young patient. Police say they found a flash drive in his house containing more than 200 images of child pornography. He'll be back in court Wednesday.
Firefighters in Highland Township worked to put out a massive fire at a $4 million home. Fire started around 4 o'clock near Highland Road and Hickory Ridge Drive. Unfortunately, the family that owns the home currently on vacation, so no one was inside when the fire broke out. No injuries, in fact, reported, but officials are still trying to figure out what caused that big fire. Firefighters in Waterford Township were also busy. This happened on Elmhurst a little after 8 this morning. Crews arrived and found the fire coming out of the garage and through the roof. 3 people were inside that house at the time, but they did get out safely. That fire still under investigation.
Expect some traffic headaches over the next few days while MDOT works to fix the potholes across town. Tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., 2 sections of eastbound I-696 will close from DeQuinder to Ryan and from US 24 to Lasser. Southbound I-75 from Coolidge to Square Lake will have up to 2 lanes closed. And tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., US 24 will have only the right lane open from Orchard Lake to Square Lake. Remember, you can always get live traffic updates by checking out the traffic page on our website. That's clickondetroit.com. Well, tonight in Pyeongchang, the Olympic cauldron burning bright as Team USA adds 2 more gold medals.
And no real surprise here. Gold came from Olympic rookie Chloe Kim, who continued the American dominance on the snowboard. Gina Kim has the highlights.
At just 17 years old and with so much riding on her shoulders, Chloe Kim showed the world today why she's one of the best. The back-to-back 1080s she's known for earned her the highest score in the women's halfpipe, good enough for gold.
Chloe Kim, your Olympic champion.
She comes around on a 900.
Her teammate Ariel Gold nailed her final run to claim bronze.
And here is Ted Ligety in another Olympics looking for more gold.
Utah's Ted Ligety is a U.S. favorite in men's alpine skiing. Flag bearer Erin Hamlin will go for her 2nd medal in luge, and American women play their 2nd ice hockey match against Russia. Among the medal events still to come in the next few hours, speed skating. The men's 1,500-meter long track featuring Shawnee Davis and Joey Mantilla, and Mame Baini will go for her 1st medal in the women's 500-meter short track. In Pyeongchang, Gina Kim, NBC News.
Okay, Gina, and don't forget, you can join us for inside access to the Winter Olympics on the Olympic Zone Monday through Saturday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Local 4.
We're having a lot of fun with that, really here. Still ahead tonight, the surprise cost-cutting move by Amazon.
UPS employees are used to delivering packages, but few have the meaning behind this special delivery from one of their co-workers. We'll have that. Tim?
We're on Punchki Patrol inside one of the many kitchens kicking out these pre-Lenten dough balls, and we'll reveal our official Local 4 Click on Detroit Punchki poll. What's your favorite filling? Coming up.
Sweets for your sweetie, a Macomb County baker, putting a lot of love and unique flavors in her cakes. Tasty Tuesday tomorrow at 6 a.m.
Let the
For some, tomorrow, I guess, is Fat Tuesday. For Metro Detroiters, it's more likely to be thought of as Punchki Day.
That's right. Our Tim Pamplin took the night cam out on Punchki Patrol.
Of course, the grand poobah of Punchki is Hamtramck, this Polish enclave, the new Martha Washington bakery, working through the night. Just down the road, New Palace Bakery. The Punchkis are flying out the door. They'll be open at 3 a.m. We hit the road. We heard of a place in Warren, 13 Mile.
Hello, Donut Castle. Can I help you?
Where third-generation baker Julie Matarski
We're going to be open all night tonight.
is all in. Her husband and the merry band of Punchki peddlers will be mixing and frying and stuffing their hearts out. Here's her #1 Punchki tip.
Get them warm, yes. So we're open all night, and he'll be baking 24 hours, I believe.
So the moment we've all been waiting for, the official, exclusive Local 4 Click on Detroit poll. Which filling takes the cake? In third place with 14% was chocolate. In second place with 19% cherry. And #1, drum roll please, of course, 52% for custard. Talking of fillings, how about this? That's right, plonk a hot dog on it. A little chili, a dollop of mustard, some onions, and voila, courtesy of Chef Senate, the American Coney Punchki dog. Heaven help us all. Right, I've got the Punchki dog in the news van and a dozen all sorted. There's the scene on Punchki Patrol. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
We love the folks down the street at the Coney's, but that is so wrong.
Yeah, this is the one with the Coney in it.
There
and
it
it
is.
smells good.
And look at these beauties, though, loaded up with all the flavors that Tim, in fact, what a nice delivery.
They look so good, but then you pick up the box and the weight.
Yes.
So
This is not from Tim Hortons.
No, sir, it is not.
It is heavy.
One day a year we can do it.
Right.
Well, what will Fat Tuesday be like?
Well, you're going to have to move fast to stay warm and burn off
Well,
those
there you
calories.
go.
It's working together.
It works together.
Yeah, we got high clouds moving in tonight, but we are going to stay dry. One thing that is missing from the map here, and will be for a while, is snow. You can see some of it out here in western Iowa, western Minnesota, but it will stay well away from us, and we have had plenty of it, thank you. We don't need any more right now. 20.8 inches for the month. That is 16, almost 17 inches above average, taking our total for meteorological winter and the snowfall season to 52.5 inches. That's almost double what we would normally see by this time in February. So cool out on the snow. We're doing just fine for right now. In fact, when we saw this picture on Storm Pins, we thought this was a very apropos story. So much snow that it blew Frosty over. He couldn't handle it. This is from Livonia, from LaDonna there. Thank you very much for that shot, and I hope the big man gets better soon. Temperatures outside right now at 19, which doesn't seem all that cold considering that is one of our warmer numbers. We showed you at the top of the show there are, well, now it's 16. We showed you there are single-digit temperatures all across the area. Still have a wind chill of 7, but that wind should go away shortly as we head towards daybreak. But as it does, there's a possibility we could see some patchy fog. Visibilities have gone down a little bit here in Grosse Ile and Howell, and also some fog reported in Lambertville. But otherwise, no issues with that as of right now. We will be watching as daybreak approaches. High pressure settles in and then moves off to the east. So we start to get that return flow late on Tuesday. It's only going to get us to 28 in the afternoon, and after some sunshine, we will see afternoon clouds. But the real push of warm air comes in on Wednesday and Thursday. High temperatures in the 40s. And that will bring rain, not snow, for our next chance of precipitation. It's going to be overnight late Wednesday. Should be out of here by the drive on Thursday morning. So 7 degrees in the city in our metro zone, but there'll be places close to 0 the further away from Detroit you get. 28 tomorrow for the high temperature as those clouds sticking up in the afternoon, but it is warmer from there. Valentine's Day, a toasty 43 in the afternoon. We get to 44 on Thursday, and temperatures dip just a little bit early in the weekend, but we go back to the 40s on Sunday and Monday. So it's almost like Mother Nature is making a makeup call here.
So you get punchkis one day and then all the chocolates and
That's
candies
right,
the
back
next.
to back.
It's going to be a rough week.
And then hit that treadmill.
That's right.
I bet. Head in good health, the physical activity that could help reduce the side effects of chemotherapy.
But first, who would do such a thing? An elderly woman brutally attacked just while walking down the street. We'll be right back.
It's World.
Police in California are looking for a man in connection with an attack on an elderly woman. An 85-year-old grandmother was left with several injuries after she says a man struck her in the face. Oh my goodness. Surveillance video shows the woman walking down the street. Moments later, the same camera picks up a man running in the opposite direction. After the attack, the woman's eyes were swollen shut and she needed stitches on her scalp, but she is expected to make a full recovery.
All right, let's move to good health. Exercising while undergoing cancer treatment may not be the easiest thing to do, but a new study shows it can have long-lasting benefits. Researchers in the Netherlands studied patients undergoing chemotherapy for breast or colon cancer, and they found patients who exercised during their treatments were more likely to continue exercising after the treatment ended. But researchers also say the physical activity helped reduce the side effects associated with chemotherapy.
Amazon is set to lay off hundreds of employees. CNN reports the majority of layoffs will affect its main headquarters in Seattle. Amazon says while some places will see reductions in staff, other departments are seeing aggressive hiring. At the end of 2017, Amazon employed 560,000 people worldwide. The company says it plans to create as many as 50,000 new jobs when it builds its second headquarters. Well, it's a gift UPS workers can't fit in a delivery truck, but employees in Arkansas delivered a special gift to one of their own. We're talking about a car here.
Yeah, co-workers raised money for the young single father after someone realized that he'd been walking 11 miles to get to and from his job. The father spent months waking up at midnight to make the trek to work, but he says he never had a problem with the long walk because he knew he was just providing for his daughter.